Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will show you how to sew this beautiful kids palazzo pants with a clean front waistband, a half elastic back waistband and side pockets. This pair is made for a 9 to 10-year-old, but you can easily adapt the method for other sizes. Let's get started. For this project, I'll be using this Kampala fabric. I have 1 yard and 12 inches width of fabric with a 48-inch length, which is enough for this palazzo trouser. Next, I folded my fabric into 4, as you can see. Then I ruled my starting line. The width of the fabric I have on fold is 12 inches. Yours could be more, depending on how much fabric you have. From this starting line, I will subtract 1 inch because I will be attaching a waistband. The waistband I will be attaching will be 1.5 inches waistband. So from this starting line, I will minus 1 inch. Next, I will come down by 7 inches to rule the hip line. Next is the crotch line. To get this, I will divide the hip by 4, then add 2.5 inches. The hip measurement I am working with is 30 inches. Dividing 30 by 4 gives me 7.5 inches. Adding 2.5 inches brings it to 10 inches. Since I am making a palazzo pants and I want them to have a loose baggy fit, I will add an extra half inch, making my final crotch line measurement to be 10.5 inches. The extra half inch I add more ease, giving the trouser a wider and more comfortable fit. Next, I will measure the desired trouser length. The trouser length I'm using is 33 inches. I will mark it and roll it out. I will add 2 inches for the hem allowance for folding, making the total length 35 inches. Then I will cut it out. Let's quickly go over the markings. Here we have the waistline, which is the starting line, the hip line, the crotch line, and finally the trouser hem line. Next, I will work on the hip line. To get the hip measurement, I will divide the hip circumference by 4. The hip measurement I'm working with is 30 inches. Dividing 30 by 4 gives me 7.5 inches. Since I'm making palazzo pants, I will add an extra 2.5 inches for ease and fullness, giving me a total of 10 inches. If you want the trousers to be even baggier and you have enough fabric, you can add an extra 1 or 2 inches. For this project, I'm working with the fabric I have, so the additional 2.5 inches is perfect. Now I will transfer this 10-inch measurement to the waistline and the crotch line. Then I will connect the point with a straight line. Next, I will mark the crotch extension. To get this measurement, I will divide 1/4 of the hip measurement by 4. Here, 1/4 of the hip measurement is 7.5 inches, and dividing it by 4 gives approximately 1.9 inches, but I will use 1.8 inches here. However, for most children trousers, a 1.5 inch crotch extension also works well. I will connect this new point I marked into the straight line with my curve ruler, making sure the curve isn't too deep. Next, from this crotch line, I will come down by 3 inches and mark. What I have here in the crotch line is 12 inches. I will subtract 1 inch, making it 11 inches, and I will mark it at this point, as you can see, and connect it to the crotch extension. The 11 inches I got here, I am going to mark it at the hemline. and connect it with a straight line, like this. As you can see, this is it. So I'm going to cut it out. Next, I will go ahead to open it up. This is what it looks like. We now have two pieces with one piece for each leg. I folded each piece with the right side of the fabric facing out. Let me position them this way so you can see clearly. As you can see, we have two identical pieces and each piece will form one leg of palazzo pants. I am going to iron each piece on the fold to create a clear crease. Then I'll put it aside. Next, I will be cutting the pocket. The pocket will be a patch pocket. I will fold this remaining piece of fabric into two. Then I will measure 8 inches by 8 inches. 8 inches for the width and 8 inches for the length. Then I will roll it out. From this part, I will come in by 2.5 inches and mark. At this part, I will measure 4 inches and mark. I will connect it together. Then I am going to draw a curve. Next, I will cut it out and open up the folded parts. Now we have two pieces for the pocket. I will be using this bias strip to turn the curved edges as to have a neat finish for the pocket opening. Here is how it looks. Next, I will fold the edges inward by half an inch all around and give it a good press. Here is how it looks. For this next part, I want you to pay attention carefully. I'll be placing the patch pocket on each piece. I will open up one of the folded pieces so you can see clearly. As you can see, there is a crease line here because I ironed the folded piece to create a crease. This crease serves as my guide. For this particular piece, this side will form the front of one leg while this side will form the back. I will use this crease line to help me position the patch pocket correctly. From this crease line, I will measure 1.5 inches and mark it as you see here. This will give me the distance between the crease and the edge where I will be positioning the pocket. Next, I will come down 1 inch from the top and make another mark. This will be my guide for positioning the top of the pocket. I will now position the pocket using these markings and pin it securely in place. Once it is properly positioned, I will stitch around the edges of the pocket on my sewing machine, leaving the cuff part open. I will repeat the same process for the second piece of the palazzo leg. This is what it looks like. The both sides are the front. Next, I will open it up and turn it over, the right side facing each other, as you can see. Next, I will stitch this part down with 1/2 inch seam allowance and this other part also. After stitching it, this is what it looks like. I will now adjust the fabric properly and bring the crotch extension together. I will pin it in place, making sure everything is aligned. I will sew from the hem upward using 1/2 inch seam allowance. I will sew all the way from this hem through the inner leg and crotch area and continue down to the hem of the other leg. I have stitched it and turned it over, and here is how it looks. If you are finding this tutorial helpful so far, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more sewing tutorials. Your support helps my channel grow. Now let's continue. Next, we'll be attaching the waistband. First, I will measure around the waist of the trouser. The measurement I got is 38 inches and a quarter. I will add additional 1 inch to this to cut the length of my waistband. Here is the waistband strip that I have cut. The width is 4 inches and unfold is 2 inches. Next, I will attach the waistband to the trouser. I will start from the back of the trouser. First, I will fold in half an inch at the edge of the waistband. I will then position the waistband at the center line of the back trouser, with the waistband placed on the wrong side of the trouser. I will be stitching it with half an inch round. I will be doing this on my sewing machine so you can see exactly how I'm attaching it. As you can see, I am stitching the waistband to the trouser using half-inch seam allowance all the way around the waist. As I get back to the point where I started, remember that I folded the beginning edge of the waistband in by half an inch. I will bring the end of the waistband over the folded edge so that they overlap. Then I will stitch it securely in place. Now I've opened the waistband up. Here is how it is looking. I will place this folded part to relax well on this part, and I will stitch along this straight edge to secure the waistband and give it a neat finish. This is what it looks like at the back. Next, I will fold the waistband into position, making sure the folded part covered the seam neatly. Here is what I will do next. I'll be using a 1-inch elastic for the back of the waistband. Before inserting the elastic, I will fold the bottom edge of the waistband inward by ½ inch so that the waistband will have a neat finish. But first, pay attention to this crease line. Remember, this crease was created earlier and serves as my guide for separating the front and the back section of the trouser. From this crease line, I will measure 1½ inches towards the front. This is the same point where I positioned the patch pocket earlier. I will fold along this point, and this will now mark the beginning of the front section of the trouser. So instead of the front section starting directly from the original crease line, it will now start 1½ inches away from the crease at the point where the patch pocket begins. I will now insert my 1-inch elastic band here. Remember, this trouser is a ½ inch elastic waistband trouser, so the elastic will be at the back section of the waistband, but I am starting it here. Once the elastic is properly positioned, I will top stitch it securely in place so that it stays firmly inside the waistband. As you can see, I have top stitched the elastic in place. Next, I will turn the waistband to the back and carefully arrange the elastic inside the band. I will fold the raw edge of the waistband inward by ½ inch and stitch it all the way down, as you can see me doing here. As I get closer to the other end of the waistband, I will stop 1½ inches after the crease line, the same point where the pocket is positioned. Now I will pull and stretch the elastic while gathering the fabric to achieve the desired waist measurement. I will use my measuring tape to check the waist measurement before securing the elastic. Here is a little tip. You can use a pin to hold the elastic in place before measuring. This makes the process easier and prevents the elastic from shifting while you are working. Now the elastic at the back is fully secured. I will go ahead and finish the front section of the waistband by folding the raw edge inward by ½ inch and stitching it all the way across. So here is how it looks. The waistband is neatly finished at the front and back, giving the trousers a clean look. My client can wear it tucked in and still look smart. To keep the elastic from twisting inside the waistband, I will stitch the waistband down securely. First, I will come ½ inch down from the top edge of the waistband and make my first line of top stitching. As I sew, I will gently stretch the waistband so that the gathers are distributed, making it easier to sew a straight line. Next, I will come ½ inch down from the first line of stitching and create my second line of top stitching. Again, I will stretch the waistband as I sew. I will stitch it all through the elastic parts, from one end of the back waistband to the other. After stitching, here is how it looks. As you can see, I have finished sewing the hem of the trousers. Remember, we added 2 inches to the trouser length as our hem allowance. I folded the hem inward neatly and stitched it down, and this is how it looks. And with this, we have come to the end of this tutorial. Here is the finished kids palazzo pants with a clean front, half elastic back waistband and pockets. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments what you would like me to sew next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.